When the Jets went into the second intermission down 3-1 in Game 7, Connor Hellebuyck promised his teammates, that's it. They aren't getting another one. And he delivered. And now Hellebuyck says that was a restart for him. Frankie, what's it do for a team when a goalie takes a stand like that? And even more importantly, when he delivers after taking a stand like that?
You know what, Gino? It's huge. You know why it's huge? Because you can actually believe it. Because you've seen it from Connor Hellebuyck time and time again in the regular season. And when he has that mentality, everyone around that room could recognize that, feed off that energy and say, okay, this guy's locked in, he's sharp, and it's go time. And for Connor Hellebuyck, like, there's this thing that athletes talk about. It's called the flow state, where everything just kind of happens for you. You're not thinking, it's instinctual. You're really living in the moment. By the sounds of it, Connor Hellebuyck got to his flow state, Gino, and when he is in that state, there's not many goaltenders that are harder to beat in the NHL, so a huge confidence boost for him, for his team. Now the challenge, as you know, he has to continue that and keep that going in the second round against the Dallas Stars.
Another challenge, Frankie, as we all know, injuries. The Jets lost Josh Morrissey really early in Game 7. Pionk and Sandberg were workhorses, 46 plus and 44 minutes through double OT. They're obviously not going to get anywhere near that much ice time in tonight's Game 1 against Stars. But now that they've had time to adjust, how do you think the Jets work their D pairings without Morrissey?
So it's not going to be traditional D pairings because normally you would have a first, a second, and a third pair, and everyone kind of hops over the boards. You'll find a little more ice time for sure for your top four guys at 5-on-5 and, of course, special teams. But now here's where you have to be creative. You have to find a way to work in Domino, Pionk, and Sandberg as much as you possibly can on the ice because you feel like, you don't have Josh Morrissey. That's your top guy. With Domino, Pionk, and Sandberg, those guys have to eat up the lion's share of the minutes, so you're going to have to mix and match a little bit. Hayden Fleury was outstanding in Game 7, so I have confidence in his ability to continue with that level of play. So he's a guy that you can filter in with those guys and feel like he's going to give you quality minutes. Of course, it's a step down from Josh Morrissey, but really what's going to happen with the Winnipeg Jets is you have three guys that have to eat up a lot of the ice time, and you're going to have to mix and match, plug and play with your other three guys as you see fit. It's not going to be a traditional way you roll the bench. It's not ideal, but that's the reality right now for the Winnipeg Jets.
The Jets aren't the only team that went through major drama to get here. There's no way the Stars are here if not for Mikko Rantanen. A hat trick, 4 points in the incredible third period comeback in Game 7 against the Avs. 11 points in his last 3 games. I'm not going to ask you if he can keep up that pace because there's no way that's going to happen. But I will ask you this. How much of that was because of the adrenaline of proving his former team, the Avs, wrong? And how much the Jets need to target him in particular?
For sure, there's some adrenaline involved, Gino. Like, that was a storybook ending for Mikko Rantanen, and we've talked about it a lot. Didn't want to leave Colorado, gets traded to Carolina, things didn't work there. All of a sudden, you're back in the Central Division, and you have a chance to stick it to your old team who traded you away, which you never wanted to leave. Unbelievable for Mikko Rantanen, who, by the way, is a very talented, skilled player. No, he didn't just rely on the excellence of Nathan MacKinnon to produce offensively. We are now seeing how good Mikko Rantanen is away from Nathan MacKinnon. As far as how the Winnipeg Jets play against Rantanen and the Dallas Stars, the Jets have to focus on playing Winnipeg Jets hockey. And I'm not going to use the old cliche, got to do it by committee. When the Jets play solid defensively, meaning they're tight, they're compact, they don't give up the neutral zone, they're always in your way, they can push battles up the ice and not allow teams to enter into their own zone, then they will do it well against a guy like Mikko Rantanen and Wyatt Johnston and the other offensively inclined players that the Dallas Stars have. If they don't do that, then there's going to be a lot of time and space for Dallas, and we saw that especially on the road in the series against the St. Louis Blues. Rantanen may not have the same adrenaline playing against Winnipeg, but he's going to have the same offensive prowess and capability, among others, with that Dallas Stars team that the Winnipeg Jets have to make life hard on.
Frankie, help me to understand this. The Jets are not getting a lot of respect right now. They won 3 or 4 meetings with the Stars in the regular season. They outscored them 13-5 in those 4 games. Yet the odds makers at FanDuel now have the Stars as the second Stanley Cup favorite, and the Jets tied for 6th of the 8 teams. True, the Jets have had some injuries, but so too have the Stars. Are the odds makers off the mark on this one, Frankie?
Perhaps a little bit. Like, the Jets are a better team than the odds makers are giving them credit for, but you have to factor in a number of things. You don't have your number one center potentially, might not have your number one defenseman, and your star goaltender hasn't played particularly well. So, if you look at what Dallas has done, Dallas found a way to beat the Colorado Avalanche, who a lot of people would have taken to win that series because of how well that team had played post-trade deadline, and they didn't even have Jason Robertson and Miro Heiskanen. So, like, that kind of puts a little more emphasis on how great Dallas, had played and how amazing that achievement was, beating the Colorado Avalanche, as opposed to the Winnipeg Jets, who kind of limped past the 8-seed St. Louis Blues. No doubt, both teams are good, and this is going to be a tight series. Very well could be a coin flip, but if you're looking at it from an odds maker's point of view, there's more momentum going in Dallas's way based on the way that series went and who they beat, compared to how the Winnipeg Jets limped through round one against the St. Louis Blues.
Hellebuyck said he appreciates the second chance given how close the Jets came to elimination. They're all getting the second chance now. The key now, take advantage of it. It all begins with Game 1, Round 2 in front of the Whiteout in Winnipeg tonight.